come si fa a diventare il leader in un settore?
How do you become a leader in a market segment? Said like that, it might sound simple, but all it takes is creating a product with a soul so distinctive and well-defined that it's destined to make history. Staying a leader, though, that's a whole different story, because you need to innovate without overturning, keeping up with the times without ever betraying your essence. And that's exactly what Cantieri del Pardo has done. 8 years after launching its first motor yacht, the shipyard now presents to the world the evolution of a model that has already become iconic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the new Pardo 43. Curious? Let's find out together. This is The Boat Show. With over 340 units sold worldwide, the Pardo 43 was the model that marked the birth, then the growth, and finally, the leadership of Cantieri del Pardo in the walk-around motorboat segment. At the stern, the electro-hydraulic swim platform hides a folding electric ladder for quick access to the sea. On the way back up, it now reaches the tender garage level, making storage easier. And if you want to grab something quickly from the garage, well, this side makes everything much easier.
Se voleste prendere qualcosa di veloce dal garage, sicuramente di qua è tutto più facile, senza dover nemmeno
without even having to ask anyone to move from this huge sun pad, which if you want, can become even bigger. The evolution from the previous model lies exactly in details like these, both practical and stylistic, not meant to revolutionize, but to renew. Sportier lines, such as the spoiler-shaped sun pad or the shear line that drops toward the stern, make the yacht's design look lighter. The new hull windows and the swash line on the top sides give it a modern, captivating look. And here you'll find the new engine room air intakes, which used to be here. Now, in the cockpit, all you hear is the sound of the sea. The carbon fibre hardtop has been enlarged by a good 30%. To achieve this, the attachment points were reinforced, especially forward, but the supports are also part of the structural base for the windshield. At the stern, they rest on the external galley module. The helm station has been optimised to integrate the new Garmin-developed Dometic system, while keeping intact that unmistakable Italian style that defines every Cantieri del Pardo creation. This new page here is really interesting. It's called the Owner's Page, and it basically gathers all useful data in one place, from the domotics to the engine info, so you don't have to switch between different screens. It may sound trivial, but how many times do you moor these boats side on? Well, this really makes life easier. It would only be nicer if the closing action were a bit smoother. At the bow, the walk-around deck surrounds a central sun pad that now ends in a forward-facing seat, a solution already appreciated on the Pardo 50. And now, look at these details. Those who go boating know exactly what I mean. Attention to functionality truly makes the difference. And that attention is found even in what you can't see.
Per esempio, per assicurare che la verniciatura sia impeccabile.
For example, to ensure the paint remains flawless, not just when leaving the yard, but over time, the hull is laminated in fiberglass with epoxy vinyl ester resin, then built using a high-temperature PVC sandwich, fully degassed.
Una volta poi estratto lo scafo
Once out of the mold, the hull is baked in an oven, which significantly raises its HDT, or heat deflection temperature, the point beyond which the material would deform. So, even under the August sun, it'll stay perfect, like the bodywork of a supercar. Below deck, the interiors, this time designed by Now to Design, offer a different layout. The natural light coming from the hull windows perfectly matches the convertible forward dinette, which can turn into a double bed. With this setup, the interior space has not only a new shape, but also a new purpose. A place to enjoy even during the day. Maybe in the cool air conditioning, reading a magazine, or why not, watching an episode of The Boat Show between swims. Optional twin berths are located aft, with plenty of space in both height and width, thanks to Nauta's redesign, which added 8 centimetres of beam insight without changing the hull's exterior dimensions.
Normalmente lo sapete, mi piace.
Normally, you know, I like steering while standing, but I'm not very tall, and my arms aren't that long, so here I struggle a bit. The wheel feels a little far away. Better to sit down, it's much more comfortable, and I still have a perfect view ahead.
Intanto il sole sta scendendo là dietro.
Meanwhile, the sun is setting behind me, and look at this view. It's really true. I have the best job in the world, right here off Saint-Tropez, with a stunning yacht.
La carena è uguale a quella che abbiamo imparato ad apprezzare sul primo Pardo 43.
The hull is the same one we've learned to appreciate on the original Pardo 43, optimised for IPS propulsion, with reverse chines that help support the hull both underway and during manoeuvres, counteracting the IPS tendency to induce heel.
IPS che tende a far sbandare l'imbarcazione.
The result? A stable hull that responds beautifully to the helm.
Beh, intanto, stiamo già staccando la scia.
We're already planing 9.6 knots, fuel consumption 2.7 litres per nautical mile. Engines at 1,570 RPM. Let's add some throttle.
Portiamola a
15 knots now.
Già, perché questa è l'andatura più di impiccio.
This is that awkward transition speed for most boats, where the stern digs in and the bow rises.
2200 giri.
At 2,200 RPM, fuel burn is 4.8 litres per mile.
L'azione degli interceptor là dietro, infatti, è
The interceptors are working flat out, 100% extension, just to keep the bow down.
Aumento un po' il gas. La portiamo a 20 nodi, 2000.
Let's push it a bit more. 20 knots, 2,600 RPM, and we're down to 4.4 litres per mile. We're going faster, yet burning less fuel.
Gli interceptor però continuano.
The interceptors are still working hard, 98%.
Evidentemente, se gli staccassi e gli togliessi
If I
completamente,
were to retract them completely, yes, the bow would rise quite a bit.
proviamo però a dare ancora un
So
po'
let's give it even more power and let her really stretch out on the water.
Ok, senza l'utilizzo dei trim tab, quindi mi posso
Okay, without using trim tabs, we're cruising at 30 knots, 3,200 RPM, 5 litres per nautical mile.
E se prima il pitch della prua era di 6 gradi,
Before, the bow pitch was 6 degrees. Now it's down to 1. That means the bow rides higher out of the water, which, being reversed, is actually not a bad thing, especially in manoeuvres.
ci entro a 29 nodi, tranquillamente.
I take her into a 29-knot veer. The hull barely leans, giving a great sense of control. Let's try the other side.
Sicuramente se volessi provare una sensazione un po'
If I wanted a sportier feeling, I could lift the tabs again.
E allora le pieghe si farebbero leggermente
And the
più
turn
pronunciate.
would be a bit sharper, but still perfect, super safe and really fun.
Però molto divertenti. Oggi a poppa abbiamo
Today we have the maximum power option installed on the new Pardo 43, 2 Volvo IPS 650.
la motorizzazione base standard.
The standard setup starts with twin 500s, then 600s as an option, or the 650s like here. So what does that mean?
Beh, quindi significa che oggi potrò veramente.
It means today we'll find out its top speed.
già, perché il cantiere dichiara che con questo tipo di moto...
The shipyard claims that with this propulsion twin inboard IPS 650s, the new Pardo 43 can easily reach 35 knots. And as always, I have two goals. The first one is to reach them, second, to top them. With wind and sea at the stern,
Ritraiamo
trim tabs fully retracted.
e signore e signori, con 3700 giri minuto.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3,700 RPM per engine and a total consumption of 5 litres per nautical mile, we've reached 36.5 knots.
Che grande!
What a milestone. We did it.
Però se voleste qualcosa di
But if you're after something even more aggressive, don't worry, because in 2026, Cantieri del Pardo will unveil the outboard version of the new Pardo 43, with 3 600 horsepower engines at the stern. That's 1,800 horsepower of pure power. In short, making a splash at the beginning is easy, but staying at the top takes evolution and innovation, while staying true to your original idea. And that's exactly what Pardo has done, perfectly, with the new Pardo 43.